Yeah, that would never happen. Writing that down for later. Flying reindeer rescue.
But we're good to
Perfect.
go.
All right, guys. We took a week off to do a one shot. We are now in the new year, and it is time for us to continue to battle against the forces of the long night and to save the people of Icewind Dale and help them with their trials and tribulations. For a point of DM inspiration, who feels confident giving us a recap of our last session of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden?
Does it have to be in character?
I will say because we are in the new year and because we had a break, it does not.
If no one else wants it, I can take a stab at it.
It's all you.
Go for it.
All right. So, despite having internet issues last time we played this, we initially started off with the group, staring down into the abyss of the part of the group, staring into the abyss of the watery grave of all the books and the scrolls that have been contained in the library. Then we cut to the pop-up shop. Was it Torg's pop-up market, where Alicia and Gaiman were investigating things, and Gaiman has never seen an after-school special before, so he took his first ever hit of hard drugs. Craziness ensued, but due to my internet shitting the bed that night, we didn't get to fully explore that, so we'll see how that shakes out later on down the line. It does appear that the foreman of Torg's Torg's shop does have some special abilities because he is not dressed for the weather. He's steely-eyed, cold to the touch, and is not wearing anything warm, so could be in the same vein as the priestess of Auril we ran into at the pub. Akia, Lotus, and Raylan, thank you. Just blanking on that. And Raylan, they went in search of the librarian, Watto, Tabaxi, and they found him at the Springing Goat?
The Bouncy Goat.
The Bouncy Goat. Where did it get springing from? Anyway, the Bouncy Goat, which is on par with a Icewind Dale Spearmint Rhino, no cover. Lots of gyration, much to Watto's dismay, and to Kia's dismay, the floor is sticky. Why is the floor sticky? We found Watto. Well, that party found Watto. He's okay, scared and abused, but okay. Akia said, well, I mean, if you want to get back at the people that ruined your library, you could always, talk shit about them, stir up negative sentiment towards them because, all they're doing this is to, bully you and they're doing this out of weakness, not out of strength. Somebody's got a crush on Watto. And conversation was had about going out and getting chwingas. We went to a town 4 hours away. Bremen, thank you. 4 hours away. I swear I watched this stream. And as you were getting into town, lady came out screaming about missing utensils and flatware and silverware, and went into the house to investigate. Turned out that the three chwingas, had stolen these things and were having a tea party around a pine cone. Everyone participated, and it's probably a good thing I wasn't there because Gaiman would have just been obnoxious out of boredom. And convinced the chwingas very peacefully to come along, and then we were ambushed by Christmas critters and a fight ensued. And we are coming back to that fight.
That was excellent. So please take a point of DM inspiration. You just might need it in this session. And I have a fact inspiration question for everyone this session. I can drop it into the Discord. I did not do that this week because I was a bad DM. If your character had a warning label, what would it say?
Ah.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
that's an interesting one.
So let's start with Akia. Akia, if your character had a warning label, what would it say? And I will say for bonus here, and why?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you need more time to think?
I do.
I've got one if nobody else has one ready to go.
You can take it away.
All right. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me if I'm angry.
I think that's a good one, and we've seen that it is very true. Let me give you a point of factspiration. Do you have a why?
If you make me angry, I'll have to cut you down to size! Yes, that's his catchphrase when he rages. Or at least that's supposed to be. I don't think I've really been doing that, but we haven't had too many combats.
That's true. Well, you've earned yourself a factspiration, and man,
Awesome.
I'm a little scared right now. I'm a little tintillated. Does the Lotus have a warning label?
Yes, it would say danger in all caps, and then underneath in like fancy script it would say emo inside.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. You have definitely earned a point of factspiration. For bonus points here, for style points, do you have a why?
I'd say it definitely just sort of like encapsulates her personality and how she likes to present herself as being maybe just like a little bit dark but also somewhat approachable as well.
Okay. I can feel that. And perhaps as they're looking at your warning label, they get some royalty-free emo music playing in their ears.
Yep.
I dig it. I dig it. Factspiration for the White Lotus.
Oh, and I'm also maxed out now because also thank you for the birthday gift inspiration.
Absolutely. I had that in my little checkbox here. That was going to go after factspiration. Yes, birthday inspiration. If you guys ever have your birthday, just let me know. And my small birthday gift to you will be a birthday inspiration.
Oh.
Yes, I like giving out the birthday inspiration. I feel like that's fun. Keeping this factspiration train rolling. Alicia, what would your warning label be?
I think theirs would be. I don't know if it would straight up be a warning. It would be caution. Make sure to set aside 1 hour at daybreak for prayer.
Okay, I could see that. That makes sense with how Alicia has been role played so far and what they've got going. Here, let me give you a point of factspiration for bonus points. Do we got a why?
That's pretty much her or their morning routine. For whatever equates for sunrise or daybreak in this region. They try and wake up around that time to start their morning prayers. And would like it if others would join them, but I know that is an ungodly hour.
Oh man, You're that kid at camp. Hey guys, I know we stayed up late last night playing, games and singing Kumbaya and all that stuff, but we've got 5 a.m. prayer.
That's exactly Alicia.
I dig it. I dig it. We don't have Raylan this evening, but Akia 13, do you have a warning label for us today?
Sure. Akia's warning label is warning extreme temperature changes.
Okay. And we've seen that with your sprayable napalm that you've used as an offensive weapon. Is that the why, or is there a different why?
That for heat, he can also be. They can also be very cold in conversation.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely true. We have seen that happen in your conversations with the Church of Auril, among others.
He gave him the cold shoulder.
You told them to chill. Sorry, guys. All right, everyone is faxpirationed up. Lotus has her birthday inspiration. Damon has a DM inspiration. I should take us to the map. Here we go. And last week, I actually found a really cool new Icewind Dale alternative map that I will be showing you guys today. So let me just load the map here. And let me play some badass fighting music, because we're fighting the most badass enemies, at least I have ever thrown at people. Woodland Christmas critters. Okay. It looks like, based on the initiative order here, who is highlighted, Akia 13, you are up. The porcupine is down.
Yeah, we just made it a fair fight.
Yes. But with this guy in tow, can you ever say things are truly fair?
All right. I think I'm going to move. Let's see. The bear is damaged, right? But nothing else is currently.
That is not only great memory, but absolutely correct. The bear has taken quite a bit of damage from Gaiman and others.
All right. I'm going to. I'm gonna use napalm right here. I don't think that does damage immediately. I think it's like start of their turn sort of thing. So I'm gonna create a napalm jet right there, and I'm gonna move here for a flank.
Okay, so it says any creature in the bonfire space when you cast the spell. So
Okay.
I think.
So they take dexterity saving throw.
Oh, so this fox rolls a 9, and that is a failure. Because they failed, they take 6 points of fire damage. Now, you cast that spell. It damaged the fox. So as a reaction, it does have its reaction spend. It will do its vicious reprisal. The only hostile creature was Gaiman, but a 10 will miss. Please continue, Akia.
All right. So that was 20 feet. I'm actually going to move. You know what? I'm going to provoke from the elk and move to there. And I'm going to say to Gaiman, the fox is the leader. Ooh, a 19 hits.
Mm-hmm. As you move out of its square, it rams you with its antlers.
Maintain concentration. All right. I'm not doing too good, but I'm going to pass to the fox, whether
Okay.
it wants to steal or not.
Okay, the fox will steal. Oop. Okay, a creature when it moves or ends its turn there. Okay, the fox gains its reaction back. It scowls. Ah, the fire burns. It will, as its action, disengage, so it does not take opportunity attacks from Gaiman and Akia.
That's what I was hoping for.
And it begins to run up this direction. See here? Okay. So that was its action. As its bonus action is a master of tactics. It starts squealing out in an animal-like language to the curable Icewind Dale squirrel, giving it the help action. You guys hear these animal languages as they are speaking to one another. Okay, the Icewind Dale fox has moved and gone. It is going to pass to the Icewind Dale raccoon. It is 10 foot up in a tree currently. It kind of runs along the tree boughs to here, and it jumps to this tree, and it jumps to this tree. As it's moving kind of from tree to tree, as a bonus action, it is going to kind of nimble escape to try to lose itself in the branches, everyone. So it's to make a stealth check. All right, does anyone have a higher than 24 passive perception?
I don't think anyone does.
Okay, I didn't know if anyone's
not that high.
statted for super high passive perception. As it is running along the boughs, it starts to gather snow in its tiny, beady little hands. Lotus, it is going to target you. It is hidden from you, so this will be at advantage. Here comes a snowball. I'm sorry, that animation is just so funny.
Alright, check real quick. 16, 5. Alright, I am going to burn first level spell slot and reaction for shield. Loop. There we go. I believe that should cover it. 16. Oh. Hold up.
Does that get you to 23?
Let me double check. Ah, nope. Sorry. Not quite enough. So yeah, I gotta take it.
Okay, absolutely, and you can take your spell slot back. You would know what your AC is and +5. So as it hits you with the snowball, there was a tiny pebble inside.
Ooh.
And it does 2 points of sneak attack damage. It's one of those kids that puts rocks in the snowball. Can you imagine?
Could be worse. It could have pissed in it.
It could have been filled with raccoon pee.
A ball of
That
yellow
is
snow.
true. Okay, Lotus, would you like to steal after getting hit by a raccoon?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna
snowball?
steal.
Hey, Lotus, you're resistant to cold, right?
Oh yes, I am. Okay.
Mhm.
So still take
Yeah.
all sneak attack, but all right.
Take 3 back.
Cold never bothered her anyway. Listen, I didn't get to do any of my stupid shenanigan bullshit last
I
time.
know. It's still
I love
playing.
it.
All right. So okay, Lotus will hang here for a moment now that the raccoon has revealed itself. She'll once again take the pitcher's stance. You'll see her use her tail to clear away some of the snow so she gets some good footing. And she'll say, like, "All right, raccoon, let's see you catch this." and she'll call out for a curveball, and I'll go ahead and toss magic missile at the raccoon. All 3 darts at him.
Absolutely. It goes boom, 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 boom. And the raccoon, for flavor here, it falls out of the tree into a soft kind of blanket of snow. There's a huge puff, and it pokes its head out from the snow, and it menacingly looks at you, Lotus.
All right, then I'll go ahead and take some more movement over this way. Loop. All right, cool. And then I will go ahead and let's see here. Gaiman, you good for it?
I should be.
All right, I'll go ahead and pass to Gaiman.
All right. Question, Orf. What did you use to attack the bear with?
I used
If you can
Lucille,
recollect.
your great axe.
All right. I will continue using Lucille since she is handy. And do I have reckless attack? I'm level 2. I've got reckless, don't I? Yes, reckless attack. And we will recklessly attack the bear.
Sure. And go ahead and roll that again, because Reckless gives you advantage.
Did it not roll 2 or oh, it rolls a d20 in.
Okay, a 12 hits this creature, and we'll use your first damage there, doing 14.
Okay.
The bear is bloodied. You've made it angry. While bloodied, it has advantage on saving throws against being charmed, frightened, knocked prone, and stunned. Its eyes begin to glow red. As a reaction, it is cornered. Can make 1 melee attack against a creature within range. Gaiman is going to attempt to claw you. For a very soft 5 damage crit.
Okay. I'm raging, so that is halved, so 3 damage.
Yep. And let me just put... You went reckless. Okay. Gaiman, if that is it for you, the bear is going to steal.
All right.
The bear steals. Ah! Ah! And it's got 2 targets in front of it. It's going to flip a coin here. On a 1...
No, Gaiman's gonna roar back at its face if it's gonna, start yelling. He's gonna try to outshout the bear.
Okay. Your shouting has prompted the bear to go for you here. It's going to go for the claw. It gets another critical. You were reckless. It's reckless. It's a reckless fight happening here.
Okay, I'm gonna use Stone's Endurance to reduce that.
Absolutely.
I thought I hit it. Roll? Did I not? Okay. I will reduce that by 4, and then I guess resist the rest. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, not taking a whole lot of damage here from a bear swiping you. Pretty cool. Okay, the bear is going to go ahead and pass to Raylan. Raylan says, I'm fighting animals. What's next? Cub Scouts? They won't move because they are a warlock. Why would they do that? They're looking around. They see all of these Christmas critters. They will target the fox. And they will shoot an Eldritch Blast at the fox. And miss. And Raylan will go ahead and look to you, Alicia.
Let's see. Lotus is bloodied. Gaiman's pretty hurt. Kia's pretty hurt. Let's see. What's the distance on this? Sorry. Ability. Creature you can see within 30 feet. Okay. It's the evening. We're probably gonna be taking a long rest soon, right? Morning. Okay. Bonus action. Alicia is going to kind of just call out towards Lotus and say healing word. I was trying to think of something else, but I just couldn't, so screw it. You can take that. Not a whole lot, unfortunately.
Hey, every little bit helps.
Alright, and then they're going to... Whoops, that's not that selection. It's going to move 10 feet this way. And it's going to target Akia with this. And use one of her channel divinities as an action. You are going to... This is going to be the healing version of Divine Spark, so you're going to get 9.
That's pretty cool.
Nice. Thank you, Alicia.
Yep, and they're just going to kind of stare down at this little fox. You know, you would be cute if you weren't murderers.
And you all only needed to give us the Chewingas, and we would have left you alive.
Well, like we said, not gonna happen. There's only enemies, so I'll pass to the squirrel.
Hey, the squirrel will go. Here we go. The squirrel was given a help action. Let me see if it gets its... Oh no, it got its acorn volley back. It'll save that for later. It's going to go ahead and target Alicia. It saw you using some healing magic. It whips an acorn at you with advantage.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, 24 hits.
A acorn that feels like it came out of a sling.
Donks you on the head.
The creature will start to kind of run around. You can see that this creature has the speed of a skirmisher as it runs through the trees, and it will nimble escape as it tries to hide.
Oh, you little shit.
But it's only an 11. Wouldn't have advantage on the hide check. You guys, if you have above an 11, you probably know exactly where that creature is. It will pass to the Fluffy, which is a bad descriptor for an evil elk. Okay, it's going to do a wind-up maneuver here, Gaiman, because that's how elks be. So the creature is...
So is it going to step away from me, is what you're saying?
Yes, it's starting to move back.
Okay, doesn't matter. I use my reaction for Stone's Endurance, so I do not have a reaction to hit it.
Okay. It moves back to about here. And then it is going to charge as it rushes forward in the snow. towards you. So it charges,
Okay.
and it will ram.
Hold on. I thought it was an elk.
If it seems like it's passing by me, I'll use my reaction to swipe at it with my short sword.
Please do. And let's see, Raylan, let's see what they have in the way of inventory. They have a dagger, a 22 hits.
It would.
Oh, the 22 from Alicia's sword hits the elk, and then the ram rolled a 25 for that damage. Or not
25 to hit?
Yeah, 25 to hit. Can you guys see my rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
question. Do these guys crit on 19s?
Oh, that is a. I'm glad you asked.
I also was reckless, so it is adding to the issue.
These
No,
creatures
I
are
was
brutal
thinking-
attackers.
Okay. I was like, there's a lot of 19s that have been crits. I didn't know if they had something special or not.
Mm-hmm. They mean boys. So that is a total 8 plus 4. That's 12 plus
2.
2. So that's 14 damage, and I'm going to need a strength save from Gaiman to avoid getting knocked prone by this elk.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm having some fidgety issues. I had to get back into the forge. Give me 1 second here.
No problem.
All right, you said a strength save,
Yes. As this elk tries
and I
to...
took 12 damage.
from the ram, and then 2 from the charge. Okay, you are not knocked prone, which is good. And that is all of its action economy. So at the start of round 3, Gaiman could steal.
Oh, we're gonna steal.
And you get your reaction back.
I do. We're gonna continue beating up on the bear.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna turn you into a fucking fur coat! Ah, reckless!
Oh, there we go. As you hit the bear, it falls dead. A squelch of blood as it falls. The fox squints in anger.
After felling the bear, Gaiman's gonna turn and snarl at the elk and say, "Oh, I'm gonna turn you into a mince pie next! Fucking get ready!"
I'm ready.
And I'm gonna pass to Atia.
Do you consent to a helpful injection?
Juice me, buddy!
Digging the name.
I was slightly disappointed that there was not a animation DM for the injection.
Oh, I can fix that. Give me a second. I just have to add that to the list.
I was gonna say take it up with JB2A.
That's all right. I'm only half playing. And then I need to move out from the other side of this fire, probably. Yeah. I think I'm gonna move around this elk for what's it called? Flanking purposes. And then pass to I think I'll pass to the elk.
Okay. The elk. It is now the only kind of bruiser left. So it's got to do its main job, which is killing you all. So it will go ahead and target Gaiman. It's going to be reckless, as its right as a bruiser, and it is going to use it's just going to ram you from straight on. It's a 19 for 6 bludgeoning, which you would reduce down to 3. Okay, that is the fluffy Icewind Dale elk. They will pass it to the Icewind Dale fox. It looks around. 2 of our forces are down, but we can still win. We just have to think tactically. And it will use its commander ability. One allied creature who can see or hear you can use its reaction to make 1 attack. It's going to do this for the squirrel. Alicia, 1 nut was good, but 2 nuts are better. It's going to throw another acorn at you.
Hold
I
on.
like how you
Phrasing.
Oh no!
But unfortunately,
What if I-
that does not hit, as that she sees it. It did not hide. It did not hide well enough, and it pings off her shield.
Ding. You know, like the trained warriors in this group are like, "Are we getting attacked with acorns?" What the? Okay, so that was the Icewind Dale fox. It uses its action for that. It will use its bonus action, its Master of Tactics, on the raccoon to give it the help action. Okay, and we will pass it to... I'm going to have Raylan go. Raylan says, I'm out of magic for now. All I've got left is my cantrips. She will target the raccoon and shoot it with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh shit.
For big damage, 8 force. The raccoon is bloodied, but now it's angry. Alrighty. Alright, guys, the raccoon's gonna steal. It's going to kind of run behind this tree using its nimble escape. It'll make a stealth check. Okay, so it's not very well hidden from you guys at all.
You're behind the tree. I still see you.
I'm too fluffy and cute. Akia, it throws a snowball at you with the help action, but 14, I believe, will miss.
I love that animation. It misses.
Yeah, Lewis would even call out like, I can see you, and I'm all the way back here.
It's just making too much noise. Okay, that is it for it. And let's go ahead and pass to the Lotus.
All right. Let's see here. Lotus will move around a bit. All right, we'll move over just a little bit. Start. As she does, she'll start thinking back to the strategy game she started playing back home. She'll see that she feels that Akia and Gaiman have got the situation with the elk handled, but it's the fox here she's concerned about, because it seems to be the leader seems to be boosting the others. So I'll go ahead and spend my last first level spell slot. Take the pitcher stance again, and I will go ahead and toss a magic missile at the fox. All 3 bolts. Yes.
Nice.
Okay, and boom, 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 and nearly max damage, 13 points. The fox, as it gets hit, 1, 2, 3. Ugh! You have made it angry, and you have cornered this creature. So as it's bloodied, it's going to make an attack against Alicia. Alicia, this vicious fox tries to hit you with a 4 to hit. Unfortunately enough, the fox is not very good at attacking in that way.
She just puts her foot down and kind of stops it from going closer.
Stop attacking me, you Pomeranian!
Alright, then I'll go ahead and thematically appropriately back myself to the corner, and I will pass to Alicia.
Alright. Alicia, gaming's a little bit better now. Let's see. Alicia is going to target themselves, Akia, and Gaiman, and is going to, I guess as free action, they're gonna stow their short sword, and is gonna cast Bless on the 3 of us.
Okay. Now,
That was
everybody. Oh, that was me. Just to make sure it worked. Now it will play an animation. So
Alicia, Akia, and Gaiman all have Bless.
And you all should be able to apply the bless status with the assign status button.
Concentrations? That's weird. Let's get rid of one of them. Okay. And then I don't think I really have much for a bonus action. That's fine. They're just gonna continue looking at the little fox. Only person that is left is a squirrel, so pass the squirrel.
Okay, the squirrel. Looking around.
Why did it take off now?
See here. You guys are like all perfectly spread out. So the squirrel is going to use its acorn volley against Alicia and Raylan. So Alicia, first one's a 20, and then another acorn against Raylan. If I was a real DM, I would have made an acorn animation.
That does hit.
And a 13 hits Raylan. All right, and the squirrel will run into the tree boughs and hide. Not very well. Okay. We're into round 4. So Alicia or Raylan could steal because both you guys were damaged.
Alicia will steal. Now that Bless is going up, Alicia will then take the short sword, kind of move to this area, and is going to stab down on the little fox. Ooh.
A 9 is very close.
Yeah, no. It's fine.
Oh, you have your Faxpiration.
Oh, right, I do. It's fine. Yeah. That will just be it for them. We'll pass to Lotus.
Alright, having saw how her last pitch went. She'll go ahead and keeping the same stance, but just adjusting the we'll go ahead and firebolt fastball at the fox.
Sure.
I saw it roll there. All right, there we go.
I'll use the first one there that popped out. That is a 16 for 6 fire against the fox. And it is not looking pretty after getting hit with that firebolt.
All right, I will hold position here and just wait to see if the fox will steal.
The fox is going to steal. It gets its reaction back. It says to its allies, "We must retreat!" Now that it is bloodied, it will disengage as its action. And it begins to run. As it is looking injured, and it looks like it does not want to risk its life quite yet. It is going to pass to the raccoon. Cover our escape, elk!
Can I use my DM inspiration to steal?
You can. Let me undo the raccoon's activization. And Akia.
Okay, I've used a DM inspiration. Is the raccoon on the ground?
The raccoon is on the ground. It is just underneath this tree.
All right, I'm going to provoke.
Uh, 18 will miss you.
Yeah. I'm going to try to grapple this raccoon.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try and grab it like a cat. All right. I've got this, and I've also got. Oh, was that a nat one? Oh yeah. Okay, I nat one'd it.
Yeah. So, just like in real life, if you try to grab a raccoon, it's a bad idea.
Yeah. So, my hydraulics give out again. And then I will pass to. I'll pass to Lotus. No, Lotus is gone. I'll pass to. Pass to Alicia.
I've gone as well. You got,
I'll pass.
Raylan Gaiman.
Oh, colors. Yeah, colors are helpful. Raylan. I'll pass to Raylan.
Okay, Raylan will say, "They aren't getting away from us. You all started this fight, and you're going to finish it." She will target the elk. Take this, beast! I hope this is how Raylan is presenting themselves. I feel like they're playing it a little bit more cool, but 18 will hit for 5 force damage. The elk will steal. It will yell to the fox, "I will cover you all. Go! I'll make sure you live, even if I die." It'll continue to be reckless, fighting Gaiman. And it will recklessly ram you. But for a paltry 3 damage. And Gaiman, would you like to steal? I saw Gaiman's light up.
Sorry. Yeah. We will. If everyone's trying to scarper, Gaiman is going to try and grapple the elk.
Okay, no problem.
So to free up our hands, we'll drop Lucille, and then try and grab the elk by the horns and wrestle it down to the ground.
Sure. It only gets a 13 on its strength check. It is grappled.
And then I'm going to drag. I'm gonna force the elk closer to Alicia.
There's also a fire there, if you want to put it in the fire.
Yeah, I want to drag it into the fire. I did say I was going to turn it into a mince pie.
Okay, so you use your grapple and drag it into the fire.
Yep. Did the squirrel do a crap job of hiding? Can I see the squirrel?
Both of the animals that tried to hide have done terrible jobs at it, so they are
okay. So as I have the elk grappled, as David has the elk grappled, it is dragging it into the fire. He's like looking over his shoulder and like death staring at the squirrel as he passes here. He's like looking over his shoulder and like death.
Sure. So we got squirrel time here. Let me activate the squirrel. Okay. The squirrel says, "Here, I'll make sure that sorceress can't attack us. Go, fox!" And the squirrel goes cha-cha-cha-cha-na as it runs at you, Lotus. And it tries to bite you. Oh my gosh. This squirrel just jumps in the air and onto your head and bites you on your forehead, Lotus.
Yeah, it's like right on the mask, and she's just like, get off me! No.
This creature is unnaturally strong, seeming to contain musculature that is terrifying. Matthew, you had a question.
Are you bleeding?
Oh, is the squirrel done? I was gonna say I was just rereading my spell, and the elk would make that save for the napalm jet.
Okay. The squirrel is done. It fails its save and takes 1 point of fire damage. Okay, that is the squirrel's turn. It's just gonna harry you for the moment, Lotus. The raccoon has you right where he wants you, Akia. As it looks at you, it bares its fangs. And it's gonna go for a bite. This would not be an advantage.
Doesn't matter, double 18s.
It rolled 18 on both die. It will then nimble escape. It says, "I bit the winter child. They tasted delicious." And it starts to run. All right, in the round 5, we had Akia was the last person to be damaged. Akia, do you go?
I do go. Target. Inventory.
This freaking raccoon, man.
I do move up within 20 feet.
Absolutely. A 16 definitely hits the raccoon for 5 piercing damage. It begins to limp as it looks like it is very injured.
I think I will. I think I'll move up too. So I'll end my turn there.
All right. Because the raccoon was damaged, it will go ahead and steal. It is going to, once again, it turns back to you. Did you not learn your lesson the first time, Midwinter child? Oh, but a 13 misses. And it will go ahead. Same as the first. It'll go ahead and nimble escape. And it's going to start running to join up with the fox. It's going to go ahead and pass to the fox.
Alicia's gonna spend DM inspiration to steal that.
Please do. So I'll undo and Alicia.
Get back here, you little shit! Runs to the other side. Is going to raise up their short sword and stab towards the fox. Oh, I heard dice.
I saw the dice. It was not good.
I have not seen anything roll on my screen. I only heard.
We will give it a minute, and we have been fighting for a little while, and the chat tracker is quite long. I might need to delete chat real quick. Here, let me go ahead and do that. Let me just get rid of this. And go ahead and give us a fresh roll, see if that helped.
Heard dice again. I may refresh and see what that does.
Please do. Yeah, sometimes it just, that's what you got to do. Everyone, how are you feeling about these Icewind Dale animals and their weird abilities?
I like that they have weird abilities. It must be a lot to keep up with, though. Because they all have different stuff.
I want to know how this one tastes.
Probably pretty good.
Probably. Elk, very fine meat. Bear, very fine meat.
Alright, let's see if that did.
Never had bear.
Okay, that did roll.
That did roll. 16 definitely hits the Icewind Dale fox. It takes 8 points of damage. It is still up. It spits blood onto the ground. And it will use its vicious reprisal to try to attack you, but miss.
Yep. And my last spell slot. I'll use it. Targeting Lotus, who's looking a little rough. I'll give you a healing word. 7 hit points.
That's a great healing word.
I will say this: as you do, as you would have, you may have seen just sort of in a quick blink bit on the center of Lotus's masks. You would have seen something, and I'll send it to you privately, real quick.
Oh,
After I do
okay.
this. There you go.
Interesting. Okay. At least we'll keep that in the back of our mind. Their mind. Pronouns. Ugh. But that is my turn. I'm assuming Fox will steal.
Absolutely. The fox is going to steal unless anyone spends their inspiration. Okay, the fox is going to steal. It gets its reaction back. It's bloodied. It's going to it's going to go ahead and disengage. And it's going to start running off map. So it gets to the edge of the map, and I'm going to say representative here by its elevation. It's run 10 feet off map. And I will let you all know that this Arctic fox does have snow camouflage. Okay, that is it for that creature. It'll pass to the squirrel. The squirrel says, I gotta make sure Fox lives. You both are gonna die. It gets its acorn volley back, but can't quite utilize it at this moment. That's all right. It's just gonna keep attacking Lotus with its bite.
Yep, that'll hit.
You feel its sharp squirrel talons, its sharp squirrel teeth dig into your flesh. You guys are all going to need rabies shots. Lotus, would you like to steal?
Yes, I will go ahead and steal.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, in the moment, Alicia, when you would see that Lotus like that, you would also see Lotus looking, for the first time you've seen her, actually very angry. And you see her clench her teeth and just say, it's like, I'm going to turn you into an icicle, you fucking rodent. And you just see her rear back, and she will go ahead and blast her breath weapon at it.
Oh, hype! First breath weapon of the campaign, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, boo. I saw it on that 2 for a second.
Ah.
But I think it takes half damage here.
That is correct. Yep.
It's got ice covering its entire little squirrel body, and it looks painful by that.
All right. I'm not going to move and risk provoking attack of opportunity, so I will just go ahead and pass to Raylan.
Absolutely. Raylan says, they're getting away. Gaiman, Akia, do you have that elk handled?
Yes.
Good. What's the saying? Take an elk by the antlers. And as she runs forward, she will gather energy from the surrounding weave and shoot an eldritch blast at the raccoon, destroying it. One down. And she'll go ahead and pass to Gaiman.
Well, he's got the elk grappled in the fire. What would be cool here? I guess body slamming it in the fire. So do you want me to do like an unarmed strike or just like roll athletics? How would you like me to represent that?
Yeah, let's do an unarmed strike. So give me a strength check. It will be at advantage because the creature was reckless in its last attack.
Okay. I mean, I've got unarmed strike as an attack, so I'll just roll that up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 22. That'll do. A very good amount of damage as you body slam this creature against the ground, against the snow.
And it's still in the fire. I guess since I just damaged it, it's gonna steal.
Is correct. So here we go. And it's the last thing left. The creature, you have it grappled, and it'll just go ahead and try to attack. It is in the fire, so let's make that save against the fire. Okay, Akia, could you give us fresh fire damage? takes 1 damage.
Wow.
Okay, it will try to ram at Gaiman.
Can it though? Does it? Can it ram without backing up?
That's a charging. That's a different than the
Oh,
ram.
excuse me. Yes, it is. My bad. 18 will hit.
So if it could charge, this is its charge ability.
Got it. My bad.
No, you're good. So yeah, it's just violently thrashing its antlers around, representing its ram attack. So in round 6, Gaiman, you were damaged. Do you want to steal?
Absolutely.
Boom.
Seeing that the elk is bloodied, he's gonna release it. He's gonna pick up Lucille from where he dropped her, and he's going to recklessly attack the elk. Wait, no, it
was reckless.
It was reckless, so I don't need to be reckless. So we'll strike him. We'll strike the elk with Lucille.
And 24. a 24.
Let me try to fish for a crit.
Yeah,
it was a different kind of crit, so 24.
The elk is no more. Its antlers and head rolling around on the snow, leaving a blood trail.
Gaiman's going to shout out, yes! And he's going to turn around and... Do we have enough light at the moment to be able to, like, see paw prints in the snow? Maybe? If not...
Lotus is producing the light cantrip, or light spell, and it's producing a good bit of light here.
I also have the lantern
Okay.
on.
All right. In that case, if Gaiman can see, paw prints in the snow, like see the direction the fox has taken off in, he's going to chase after it.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, that's a tree.
This is a pine tree here, so you could try to just... The animals can kind of run through them because they're all tiny, but for a person that would be pretty tough.
All right, that's not a problem. We'll just run around the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And we will pass to Raylan.
Okay, Raylan says, I'm going to help Lotus with her squirrel problem. And runs up and blasts with eldritch energy out at this squirrel. And the squirrel takes 12 damage and is bloodied. The squirrel is going to steal after getting blasted. Let's see here. It is angry now. But for this, Lotus, it's just going to go for the bite.
I'm down.
A squirrel is standing on top of Lotus's body, just chewing on her face, and you just see Lotus kind of fall from her feet down to the ground near this tree. The squirrel is going to pass to the fox, and it says, "Good, good, keep them away." It's going to use its movement. It's going to move 30 feet away. So it's 40 feet off map. It's going to use its ability Snow Camouflage. So it has advantage on this stealth check. Okay, so it's right now it's rocking a 17 stealth as it begins to hide in the snow as it's trying to escape. And it will go ahead and pass to Akia.
I've lost track of the fox. So, Akia will move 30 feet this way because they have no idea where the fox is. Let me target this squirrel.
Ooh! How do you finish off this creature?
As the squirrel is doing a little dance on the Lotus's body, a string goes past its neck and then whips around.
Oh my gosh! And it's like head and neck just come with it.
The entire thing, it's like yeah, it just it looks like it's gonna miss. It does a whip and it's gone.
I love it. I love it. Okay. The squirrel, no more.
And then I'm going to pass to Alicia.
Oof. Alicia is going to. She can see the fox. She's going to point.
I will.
Direction of where the fox is, but they're going to run over towards.
I'll stabilize Lotus if you want to go after the fox. I don't see it.
I think I'm gonna roll for it, even odds, to see if she would go either after the fox or Lotus. That is kind of her nature. So wait, I should have called it. But all right, I'm gonna roll it again.
What does a 3 mean?
What does it mean? Evens, fox, odd, Lotus. All right, odd Lotus. She'll tell Gaiman, fox right over there is gonna rush over and is going to cast Spare the Dying on Lotus. As she still has eyes on the fox. So that was what, 5, 10. Let's say there's like an extra couple of feet going back towards where the fox is. And then pass to Lotus.
Lotus, as you fall unconscious here and you are stabilized, you begin to have a similar experience and dream to that time right before you came to Icewind Dale. And I don't want to spoil anything for anybody or to unveil any of Lotus's backstory, but that feeling of being condensed and held, you feel that kind of coming all around you in this state.
Yeah, I'd say anyone who's looking in Lotus's direction, it's like she wouldn't be saying anything. You just sort of see her just sort of like tossing about like a little bit like frantically and just making very odd sounding like strained noises. Like
And Lotus, I know it's strange to pass to a group while you're unconscious, but you control the initiative.
All right. Well, if she's still trying to catch the fox, I'll go ahead and pass to Alicia.
Okay. Alicia turns on their heel and moves 30 feet towards where they can see the fox. And is going to cast... What do I think is better? is going to use their last channel divinity to cast Divine Spark. And this one is
Okay.
going to be damage. So I needed to make a con save, DC 13.
This is a very important save. Okay.
Oh, boo.
Okay, so it only takes
It takes
4 damage. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it looks at you through its hidey hole and says, "You tried to steal my life, cleric. But I won't forget this."
You can run, but you can't hide. Not forever.
We'll see about that. And if that's it for Alicia, it will steal. And
I would like to steal.
Oh, with the
Team Inspiration, I like to steal.
okay, I will undo its activization. So we had Alicia, and then Gaiman.
All right. So it's what 60 feet away from Gaiman, and I can see it because it was pointed out to me, right?
And you just saw a little flash of light that hit something.
Yeah, it's 40 feet off map, and yeah, so 60, 55 feet.
All right. So we will put Lucille away. We'll put her back in a scabbard on her back, and we're gonna pick out a javelin from the quiver at her waist, and we're gonna chuck it at that flash of light.
Sure. Okay, a 25 hits, and the fox is skewered.
Wait, that was it? Is it dead or dying?
It's dead.
Yeah, you skewered it. I will remove it from initiative. We will end combat. As the javelin goes through the fox's body, it stares back to you all. This is not the end. And its eyes glow red for a mere moment. And then the life that was animating it leaves.
Damon's gonna walk up to the fox where it was skewered in the snow, pick up the javelin with the fox still on it, and say, "I don't know. Seems pretty much like the end for you. What do you think, Mr. Fox?" And then he's gonna like reach out and like work its jaw and say, "I don't know, Gavin. You killed me pretty good. I think that's pretty good shit. Who wants fox on a stick?"
Do bring that one over.
I will. Akia will just pick up the lotus.
As you do pick her up, she's still twitching a little bit, but as you do pick her up, she does calm down somewhat.
Are you healed or are you making death saves?
No,
at
they're
this point?
stabilized.
I am stable.
Okay.
Stable.
Oh, that's right. Spare the dying. Jesus.
Yeah.
My athletics is so bad. I'm just gonna see how many
Alicia will come over and also help.
hydraulic canisters go.
I was gonna say you don't necessarily need to make a check to pick her
No.
up.
They're faulty hydraulics.
It's part of his experience. Do not ruin his immersion. Excuse me. Do not ruin their immersion.
My immersion.
Okay, I got a 20.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
Alicia will also help you carry Lotus.
Lotus is much lighter than I expected.
Yep, she totally is.
the Chewingas that were hiding in the bush, Bushi, Flata, and All Done, all kind of poke out and begin to run over to you all. And they're kind of jumping up and down and kind of dancing in a circle. And they are using the instruments, the cutlery, almost like makeshift weapons, and kind of pantomiming the battle.
Akia nods in approval. We should get Lotus someplace warm to rest.
Certainly. Fortunately,
Since we
I mean, we could make a big fuck off fire. We got plenty of meat to eat now.
since we already have a quest to return this lady's cutlery and accessories, perhaps they would be grateful enough to allow Lotus to rest in their house for the night.
Just in case, Raylan says, and she pours a potion down Lotus's mouth.
Wait, hold
Lotus-
on, that's 50 gold. I'm just kidding, go ahead.
She says, I know that money is sparse and jobs are harder to find. But if, for whatever reason, we're attacked in the time that it takes Lotus to wake up, I'd feel better if she was awake.
As she swallows the potion, all of a sudden she'll just sit up with a start and start. She'll just go like, and then she'll start feeling at her face just to make sure that the mask is on there. It's like, did it come off? Did it come off my head?
No, it's alright. It's alright. You're fine.
No, your head is still attached, sweetheart.
Thanks, Gaiman, but I wasn't talking about my head. I was talking about
No, you
mask.
were. You said, did it come off? Did it come off? Did it come off my head? No, your head's still attached.
The squirrels is not.
What about the fox? Last I saw it, it was making a dash for it.
Gaiman took care of that one.
You see a fox puppet.
Lotus will give a bit of a tired smile at you, Gaiman, and say like, good job, buddy.
I'm not buddy, I'm Gaiman.
With Lotus walking on their own, Akia will, if we're making our way back to town, I think Akia will start dragging this elk with us.
Yes, party, because we are playing with harvesting rules. Are you guys going to kind of check out these animals to see if there's anything kind of special about them, or what is your plan with that?
Gaiman would definitely like to see what's usable. Although his ego is such that he kind of wants to hold on to the whole animal for now, but does want to use it if it is, if there's something special about it.
Would that be a nature check for every individual animal, or for them as a group?
For these guys, because they're
Abominations, monsters.
because they're beasties. Give me 1 second. Yeah, nature. And you can make 1 nature check for the group, because they are all the same CR.
16.
Yes, as you're checking them out, Akia, you are highly adept at magical study, magical processes. You understand this. As you're looking at these animals, you're pretty sure these are just normal animals as you're checking them out. You don't see any runes, you don't see any implants, you don't see any like mechanisms pumping potions. You don't see like some sort of exoskeleton underneath their fur, some sort of anything. This is just a bear. This is just an elk. That's a porcupine.
It's kind of what Akia expected. So they aren't really, like, Gaiman, do you wish to collect any trophies? Or I guess anyone wish to collect any trophies?
Oh, I'm taking that bear and I'm turning him into a coat.
Pelts are very valuable around here.
Gaiman, save that fox pelt. I would like it.
Okay, I wasn't gonna ruin it. And honestly, this elk's really only good for, eating.
The hide can be made into a blanket.
Well, I mean, it's pretty fucked up. It's been in the fire. But yeah, I guess.
I am not a tanner. I
guess
don't know.
Less at this
No,
point.
no, you're a Kia, not Tanner. Oh, Tanner's what does things.
DM, I will have canceled the bonfire.
I will remove that. I'll just go ahead and hit that button to delete all of the templates that are kind of going around. The Chewingas are kind of following you guys, and even though they're only about 6 inches tall, they're keeping up with your speed pretty well. That you guys don't have to slow down for them.
Alicia was
nice.
gonna come and check up on them, just to see how they are.
And I needed to do a quick music change here because, man, that was too intense.
Lotus will go reclaim Bushi and I hope I didn't scare you, little one.
It looks at you. It signs with its right hand. It points at you, and it kind of mimics like falling down into the snow. And then as it stands up, it like holds its hands out like, "Do you need a hug?"
Aw, and she'll just hold her hand out so Bushi can hug it.
It will, and as it's hugging your hand, it will kind of scamper up your arm to rest on your shoulder.
If the three of you would like to return the cutlery, Gaiman, I, and All Done will begin processing these animals.
Sure, and we can talk with Miss Alva. See if she would allow us to stay. Or
If that is all right with you,
Gaiman.
Gaiman.
To stay.
I mean, yeah. I'd like to keep the bear intact. Just kind of pride thing. Yeah, for now. I could go to town on the elk and the other critters, and slice them up real nice.
If you wish to keep the bear as a trophy, it should be processed by a professional before it begins to rot.
And it's like, I want to bring it back to town. Plus, it's pretty fucking cold out, and I just want to. I'll cut it up. I just want to turn it into a coat. I'll use the head for the hood.
Like mine.
Yeah, like that. I like that look.
Okay, he'll just nod. Did you want to try process them now? Or did you want
present?
All right. No, if you wanted to take the bear to town, get a professional to take care of it, or if you wanted to roll for it.
Gaiman can carry the bear back.
Okay. Yeah, DM, we're just gonna start processing these animals, and the rest of the team can do their thing.
Sure, and it's incredibly cold outside, so you don't necessarily have to worry about things rotting very quickly. So yes, let's see. let me give you some average ballpark stuff here. Average meat from an elk. You can get about 200 pounds of meat from an elk
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
because they're giant.
Yeah, they are.
So we could say you guys could turn this elk into rations if you wished, and you would never have to worry about rations again.
Akia doesn't eat.
Well, for the people who do eat.
I can't carry all those rations.
Okay, so a ration, 1 day of ration weighs about 2 pounds. So you guys could make 100 rations from this elk, of elk meat. You
I
could.
say we sell it.
You could.
Sell
Either
it to
that
the
or we'll
locals.
have elk. Either that or we'll have elk jerky for a while.
Yeah.
We can still make 50 rations out of it.
Yeah, I was probably
Yeah.
maybe keep half of it.
No, elk's good. It's like a healthy aggressive.
Healthy aggressive?
Yeah, when you eat, you feel healthy aggressive.
Uh-huh.
Do all of you want 10 rations out of it? That would be 40 pounds, right? Or no, 80 pounds.
Ooh, rations,
40.
yeah.
40 20.
Yeah, 1 ration is 2 pounds. So,
Okay, so 80 pounds. So each of you could have 10 rations, and it would only use 80 pounds of this elk.
Sure. I'll take 10.
Okay.
See, I don't care. I'm just trying to poke fun at Joe Rogan a little bit here. If anyone gets that reference, but
oh man, he goes so horny for elk. Every
he
guest that comes on,
does.
he's like, "Oh man, you got to have some of this elk meat."
Okay, we're gonna process half of it for the party and this lady if she lets us stay,
Mm.
and we'll sell the other half to the
We
town
can
of
bribe
Bremen.
her with the elk meat.
Yeah, who doesn't want 20 pounds of elk meat? That'll
She
feed her
def-
for a long time.
She definitely would. That's like 20
Alright.
days of food right there.
What do you want? Like a survival check for the harvesting, or
For harvesting the meat successfully, essentially this is Gaiman and Akia working together to not pierce the bladder and to not pierce the lower or upper intestine, which would essentially ruin a lot of the meat. So
Yep.
this is a survival check. I don't know if any of you guys were hunters as kids.
I'm proficient in survival.
hmm
I am not.
That would be something over time, so guidance wouldn't work.
No, so Al's probably spamming on you
Anyone
guys.
else? Is anyone else proficient in survival, or no?
Why don't you just roll for it? This is D&D, buddy. Let's roll. Let's roll
Yeah.
for that stuff.
Yeah, but David wants to do the min-maxy shit. All right, we're gonna roll with advantage. We're gonna burn another DM inspiration.
That works for me.
I built up 3 as of my retelling of last week's session, 2 weeks
That
ago
works.
session.
hmm And whatever you roll, you always could. Oh, 19.
I'm gonna fish for a nat 20
There you go.
because advantage.
Okay, a 21 is very good, so you don't spoil any of the meat. You carefully remove all of the internal organs that could potentially spoil anything. You have yourself 200 pounds of very fresh, very usable elk meat.
Yeah, it's cold as balls outside, so it's refrigerated.
You could also grab those if you're interested.
Gaben does in fact grab the testicles, like, it's cold as these things right here, and he like wiggles them at you.
Lotus will cringe and just be like, so I guess those would be Icewind Dale.
Wait, it was cut off. Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale oysters.
Ooh, mm-hmm.
No, the testicles. They're not oysters. Oysters come from the ocean.
And then Lotus takes will explain in great detail to you, Gaiman, of a delicacy where she comes from called Rocky Mountain oysters, and where those come from.
Well, while that is going on, Alicia will knock on the door.
Elba will open the door, and she will say, "Did you get my cutlery back?"
We did actually, and we'll present it to her.
She kind of sniffs the air. Why does it smell like blood and poop? And what is all that smell?
They're woodland creatures. They stole your stuff.
They shit
They
themselves when they died.
Ugh.
Yeah, some woodland creatures had gotten in and stole your cutlery, but we got it back. Here you go.
She looks at the at the cutlery in hand and say, "Thanks. I'm so confused by what you just said, but the important thing is
It's fine. Don't think too hard on it. One thing I will ask, however, do you happen to have any sleeping quarters for us to rest for the evening, or do you know of lodging within town?
She says, "Well, there are potentially places to sleep, but if you all need a place to crash, you could hold my floor down here, as I've only got one bed inside."
I think that will be fine. I don't know how you feel about elk, but if you haven't eaten, there's that.
She's like, "Elk? You caught an elk out there?"
I did say woodland creatures.
She says, "Well, you all should definitely come inside." And she kind of is like rubbing her hands together like a Birdman in a rap video.
Then yeah, Alicia will call back to Gaiman and Akia. When you're done, you can bring the elk inside. I guess we'll walk inside.
Absolutely. As you guys come in, she would basically kind of spread out all of the rugs that she has on the floor for you guys. And she said, I've got a fire going. I can start cooking some of that elk."
Oh, that would be lovely, and I don't mind. This wouldn't be the first time I've slept on a floor with some good friends.
Well, I'm just happy to have my plates and my cutlery back, and I'm sure you guys took care of whatever took them.
Yep. Sure.
The Chewingas are like carefully hiding themselves in such a way that they can't be detected. Like,
Yeah, that's
one
what I
of
was
them
saying.
is-
Alicia has quite a bit of furs on them, so I imagine Flata is just kind of in there making a nest.
we would see as the audience, like Flata is like hiding in your hair and like pulls the hair aside to look out, and then just like slowly closes it. Excellent. So yeah, the host Elva is basically taking the elk meat and throwing it into a pot with some basic root vegetables that they have, some water to make like an elk stew. They've got a stew going for you all. So, as you guys are sitting around, do you guys discuss anything further, or do you guys kind of just eat, pass the time, and then head out in the morning?
Serious question. So it's been at this point, what, like 6 to 8 hours since Gaiman had a hit of the hag crystal.
Mhm.
So is it fair to say he would have come down off of that and might be going through, the effects of coming down off that?
So, I have that in my notes here. So, here's how that kind of plays out. You're feeling okay, and you guys have some hearty bowls of soup. The rugs are laid out for you guys to sleep. Elva trusts you all enough to basically sleep in her house, you strangers, because you brought her cutlery back. That's basically all she was living for at this point. As she kind of tucks herself in, maybe she's a little bit more like assured of this because all of you all are thanes and have a small level of celebrity in town. Gaiman, as you begin basically maybe going down to sleep, as you start to get the rest about you, when you maybe close your eyes a little bit, you see kind of a frightening image in your mind's eye. So let me send you that image here.
You trying to give me nightmares?
And I'm going to send it to you in Discord so that we keep the immersion that.
Gotcha.
So you see this figure in your mind's eye as you try to fall asleep. And it's kind of staring at you from across what would be the fjord or from across the road, and it's kind of getting closer and closer to you as you keep trying to fall asleep. You open your eyes like, close your eyes, trying to fall asleep, and you keep seeing this image. So for the night, I would ask you to give me a Constitution saving throw to fall asleep with this image that's continuously trying to get closer and closer to you.
Hey, Orf, I just sent you something in DM.
Oh, yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I wish I had known that earlier.
Okay, Gaiman, you are able to sleep successfully this night. But that image is basically, as you're sleeping, as you're dreaming, you can't escape that figure that is basically watching you in your dreams.
Okay, well then that's gonna lead to some fucked up dreams.
Absolutely. Lotus, as you're sleeping, that feeling of constriction, that feeling of isolation, you can't quite shake it after being knocked out by that squirrel. And it just, I think it keeps reminding you of what your experience was coming to Icewind Dale.
Yeah. I would say that anyone who was probably sleeping like near Lotus would definitely notice her like tossing and turning in her sleep. And just making those like little like strained noises just like before. It's like
I think Alicia will kind of walk over and will kind of put a hand on Lotus's shoulder and just say, "It's alright, you're amongst friends, it's alright. Whatever you're thinking of, it's not real, it's not happening."
Lotus will like slowly open her eyes and she'll look at you and just let out a sigh and just be like, it's night terrors again, isn't it? Fuck, I thought I got rid of those.
Well, from my understanding, it'll take quite a bit of time before they truly go away. But let's just make sure you get some good rest. Alright?
Alright, so...
We'll just kind of give you a pat on the leg. And then
Right.
we'll go over the gaming. and check out this boy. Because she knows he was on drugs earlier today, and is seeing him kind of like twitch in his sleep. And they're going to kind of like stay up for a little while as they kind of observe Gaiman to make sure that they don't go into like a bad spiral while they're sleeping.
Gaiman, for me to say this, you probably look a little sweatier than normal. A little sweaty in your sleep.
Yeah, penguins. Butter rats.
Penguins. All right.
Chupacabra.
Alicia will take like a errant rag and will kind of just like dab off the sweat off of Gaiman. And then I guess we'll briefly walk outside, kind of like rub snow on it, get it a little bit cold, and we'll come back in and we'll place that cold rag over his head just to kind of chill his temperature a little bit. And then if it seems like it's doing a little bit of help, we'll just continue to watch him from the corner before they eventually fall asleep as well for the evening.
I found new character art for Alicia. We'll have to put this into the token randomizer.
Oh, I think something showed.
Oh, did it not show? Hold on.
I see it.
No, Nurse Joy's there.
Okay, I don't see it on mine, but sure, that makes sense.
Maybe scroll down.
I'm at the very bottom and it's not showing for me.
Weird. You might have to reload again.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, after a tumultuous night for some of you guys, some of your bellies have been filled with nice elk stew. We will pass the day. We'll say at about 7:30 a.m. Everyone kind of wakes, and you guys can continue your day.
Alicia has definitely been awake since at least 7 o'clock. And is just outside the door in the middle of morning prayer.
I would say Lotus would have spent her morning somewhat inspired, in big quotes, from the dreams she had the night before, and she would be writing down some poetry in her notebook.
Okay. Your host in the morning would thank you guys for once again for saving her cutlery, but she has some things to take care of in town, so if you all would kindly leave. She's got other things to do.
We can take a hint.
I think Alicia wanted the fox pelt. I think we're gonna try and sell 100 pounds of elk meat before we head out, so that we don't have to carry it.
Sure.
Sounds fun to me.
And everyone, if you haven't, please grab a long rest on the long rest button.
But yeah, that you saw me post there. That's Lotus's poetry.
Morning, everyone. Actually,
Good morning.
Here, because it looks like this is a fire pit. Alicia is in the middle of some sort of prayer ritual. From those that are kind of, if they kind of look, they see that there's like a small, it's like if someone's like was using a Zippo lighter and trying to like get a flame started from it, but it's just, it keeps just like sparking and it's not like a consistent flame. And you kind of would have also noticed that their current magic has been like a spark of or a flash of like light, and then it kind of like goes out. But I think, yeah, and they're just gonna be like in that kind of pose for like a couple of minutes.
Your Chewinga Lima is like trying to make the gesture of trying to light a fire and help you, but no sparks seem to come from their Chewinga hand.
I think after a few minutes of that occurring, the spark becomes larger and then goes out, and then becomes larger and then goes out, becomes larger and then goes out, and then after a couple of tries it becomes quite big, like the size of like a volleyball, and is actually giving off a consistent light as they inadvertently cast the light spell. Alicia opens up her eyes, kind of stares at it like dumbfounded. There are a bit of tears running down their eyes. You answered. You answered. Thank you. You answered. Thank you. And just kind of repeats that over and over again. That is me, the player, remembering that I didn't add some spells to my spell book for my background. So,
there we go.
Alicia now. So Alicia now has a couple of spells added that are more light based.
I love it.
Because I am a dum-dum.
So what you're saying is you got rid of the heavy spells for lighter ones.
No, it doesn't have to do with weight. Though I do feel like a weight has been lifted. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm confused. You said it doesn't have to do with weight. Wait, what?
They'll kind of wipe at their eyes, stand up. Well, I think this will be a very great... I'm losing my words. I think this will be a glorious day.
Well, it's not a good morning yet. And she takes out a cigarette, lights it up, and goes, now it's a good morning.
Sorry, everybody, about that. That was a misclick. The Chewingas are starting to pantomime like they're smoking. They're...
Oh no. We're gonna have to talk about that.
If this is your way of trying to convince me to quit,
Nope.
You've got a long road ahead of you.
I am not going to try and convince you of something otherwise. Just saying, maybe we don't encourage them to start or attempt to start smoking. That is all.
I'm not encouraging anything. I'm just enjoying my morning cigarette like I always do.
You see that the tiny Chewingas are kind of blowing out so that it looks like smoke is coming out of their mouth.
Well, I hope everyone else had a good rest last night.
I mean, I slept okay, but I kept having a dream about a tuba thingy.
Oh, a what now?
A tuba thingy.
Well, if it gets any weirder, let me know.
Raylan will speak up. You'll have to excuse me. I don't quite understand your vernacular here. The colloquialism you're using. Could you explain, please?
Yeah, a tuba thingy. You know, a big, ugly, critter that was hot in my dreams. Maybe it's the elk meat.
She'll look around. Did anyone else have a dream haunted by a chupa?
Lotus shakes her head. No, just those those squid head things I showed you before, but I was having those long before I met any of you.
No, I was able to sleep quite well, all things considered.
Damon, have you seen this creature before, or is this the first time you've seen it? I only ask because, based on my previous experiences, dreams can be quite prophetic.
That is true. Sometimes the mind is subconsciously trying to tell us something that is then interpreted through a dream. Or sometimes it is some being that is actually trying to reach out to us. Who knows?
As you say that, Lotus's eyes go wide and she just starts feeling at the forehead of her mask. She's like, could they be... No, they can't be, can they?
Is that said out loud, or...?
Yes, she is saying that out loud.
Well, I'm only saying that it's a possibility, not a guarantee. You should be alright. Just give you a concerned look for like a half second, and then it kind of relaxes.
Alicia, I am curious. How would you rate your knowledge on the arcane?
Arcane? Well,
like,
if I was...
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Oh, no, you continue.
Well, you see, I do know some of what this, and she just motions at the mask, does. I know it's a focus for my arcane abilities, but that's really all I know for sure. That, and there's something else I know for sure it does. And she very carefully looks around to see if there's like anyone or anything else in the immediate area watching them.
Aside from just the party?
Yeah, aside from the party.
As you take a look around, you can't help but notice that your chewingas are putting their hands to their forehead and trying to scan with you guys as you look. So please, if you guys are trying to look for any onlookers, give me a perception check. And Akia, are you on the lookout, or are you just letting it ride?
I'm just letting it ride. I'm just
Okay,
watching.
I'm going to make this a group check. That's typically how I like to do this. You guys don't notice anything out of the ordinary as you are scanning the woods behind Elva's home.
Feeling a little bit relaxed that no one else is around, well, the mask hides what I actually look like. And since I've grown to trust you all, I can show you.
You
Just
don't have to share anything you don't wish to.
no, it's you should know if we're going to be going after that ship. You should know what those things are capable of.
They're capable of fucking dying, is what they're capable of.
And she gives a little bit of a half chuckle under her breath. And she puts her fingers under the mask and slowly lifts it up off of her face. And as she does, you see her body change. You see an array of scars, burns, lacerations, and injection marks, and you even see one of her eyes is slightly discolored. And I can actually put this up in the Discord here. And as she does, you actually hear she speaks again, but her voice has changed. It sounds raspy and very strained. It's like, this is what those things did to me.
Well, you asked me a question of how much I know of the arcane. Prior to coming to Icewind Dale, I did spend a number of years in a couple of academies and conservatories studying. If I was to give a numerical number, at the moment I have a +6 in the arcane studies. As well as a little bit of medicine. I could take a look at that if that's what you wish.
My concern is that they might be using it to find me, and if so, that not only puts me in danger, but the rest of you as well.
Well, from my knowledge, that could be a possibility. There are magical items that can be used for tracking or spells used to find things or people or places. So I won't rule that out.
If I may, Lady
go ahead.
Lotus, I am still missing a few components, but once I have them, I could identify any more magical properties that your mask contains.
Would be great, thank you. I would say, though, the other thing that concerns me, and I would say would be much worse, is if they use it to control me. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anyone.
That is a bit more difficult.
You see, that's what they did to me, what they did to everyone they had on that ship. They drew out our arcane powers and were going to sell us so we could be used as weapons. Our arcane skills used of not of our own will, but those of others.
I will need a pearl. My previous one was lost in a fire.
If it's a pearl you need, Raylan will say, then we should go to the gem mines in Tourmaline. Perhaps they would have pearls there. I mean, I know pearls come from clams, but Gemtown, pearls are a gem. Maybe there's a connection.
Or maybe they have some things that have come through trade for the gems that they do mine. That is a possibility. You could check that out. If I was to attempt an Arcana check on Lotus's mask, I know that's not the same thing as like an identify spell or like detect magic or anything like that, but like, would I be able to kind of get a sense that there is like some sort of latent magic that's still kind of within it, not knowing like the identify of like what school or what it specifically does?
I would say you can make an Arcana check on this, and based on your Arcana check, I will give you guys some information. And if Lotus, you aren't proficient in Arcana, Raylan is, and Raylan is interested, so they would provide the help action.
Okay, I'll just roll it again just to see. I'll take that 24.
Kill you. Okay, I'm just making sure I have my PHP pulled up to make sure I give you guys the right things when doing an Arcana check. As you guys are examining Lotus's mask, one thing is for certain, Alicia. The arcane traditions that you've studied in, and that includes spells, runes, symbols that are more familiar to you, none of that is apparent on this mask. This is otherworldly. Lotus, you described the Alithids that took you, correct?
Yes.
So this is very clearly alien and aberrant in nature, and knowing that it came from Alithids, that makes sense. It is kind of covered on the inside of the mask with these strange eldritch symbols, and you would need someone who is very knowledgeable about aberrant magic itself, or someone who is maybe just more experienced than your current group is about these topics to know more just from looking at it and your knowledge of Arcana. But for sure, alien technology.
This is definitely not of this world, and from what I understand of the Lithids, they are not easy. So that all
Of
definitely.
course, it's not of this world. It's elephant technology. You said so yourself.
Well, and as I'm sure you can gather, I said, well, I'm not of this world either.
You did mention they took you from your home. Well, I won't pry further. Maybe if we are able to find that pearl and dig a little bit deeper into what your mask truly does, we can get some answers. But I think this is probably a good enough information for now. And also, from my experience, those that have undergone quite a bit of trauma, sharing is always a good thing. So you're kind of on the first step.
She gives a soft nod, and you see her slowly pull the mask back down, and the scars and all of it disappears, and her voice returns back to what it was before. She says, "Thank you. You all are the first ones I've shared this with, out of not just fear that those things would come after me, but for fear of how I would be treated.
Lotus, you can feel a reassuring pat on your shoulder from your Chewinga companion. It feels like a Ken doll is patting you on the shoulder.
He does give a soft smile and say, "Thank you, Bushi." And I'm sure I don't have to say this, but we should not share this openly. Can not be too sure if the Illithids might be scrying on us or if someone might be working for them and who might hear.
Certainly. We'll keep this amongst ourselves. BT dubs. Did anyone just hear dice rolling in the back?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Alright, we'll ignore the dice from the sky. Yes, we can keep that amongst ourselves.
It's nice to see that I'm probably without the mask, that actually makes me the least beautiful of our group, right behind Gaiman, wouldn't it?
Oi, my mother loved me very much while she was alive, thank you. And she ain't gonna love me, you know. I'm not ugly, goddammit!
You're not ugly, Gaiman. You are beautiful and handsome. You are.
I feel like you're patronizing me.
No, quite honest. You are a specimen. And Lotus, sometimes it's not always the outside appearance. And she'll just give you, they'll just give you a hug. It's like, alright, well, we're burning the non-daylight at this point in time. May as well get started. Back to Bryn Shander. I think Miss Danica is waiting for us.
Yes, and we certainly have. I'm sure she'll be glad to see what we've brought for her.
Exactly.
I think you're being scholastic with me. Whatever.
I'm not being scholastic, big guy. And as they walk by, they will slap you on the ass.
Oh! That's my bum.
Right it is.
Raylan will say, do we intend to carry all of this animal meat and bulk with us the whole way?
Alicia took the fox. We sell 100 pounds of elk meat. The other 100 pounds were turned into rations, and Gaiman's carrying the bear with them.
Yep.
Yeah, I will add fox to fox fur.
Absolutely. You guys, based on your area knowledge of Bremen, you could potentially sell the pelts, the meat, at a place in Bremen known as the Buried Treasures Inn. It's kind of an inn and the only place that people would be able to sell things in Bremen, because Bremen is a smaller town.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you guys exit Elva's house and head for the buried treasures?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds
Yep.
good to me.
Okay. Well, I will
And
take
I
you
mean,
guys
we're
to the
talking
map.
about a squirrel, a raccoon, and a porcupine, right? Like those
Yes.
could just like hang off somebody's belt.
Mhm. I'm just imagining someone walking with a porcupine, and as they're walking, it like keeps stabbing them in the leg. Like, God damn it, why did I do this?
Nobody wants a porcupine.
All right, I'm gonna take you guys to the buried treasures map. And would you guys be okay taking like a 15 or 10-15 minute break?
Okay.
Sure.
That'd be fun.
Okay, I will take us to the map, and let's take a break. And I will be back, let's say, at 11:30. All right,
Yep.
guys.
Right. I have have a intermission screen around here somewhere. Who knows?
Cue the Monty Python intermission music.
Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's definitely not it. Where are you? There you are.
And everyone hear me?
Yep.
Okay, thank you guys for let me take a break. I needed to go deal with Bebe. All right. So you guys are once everyone is back, we are in the buried treasures.
I'm good to go.
Okay, Matthew, you're good to go. Matthew,
Oh, he's still an AFK.
and that's okay for right now. So, as you guys kind of look around the tavern, you can see it's quite sparse. There's only a few people from the town of Bremen here. The place looks kind of dusty. There are cobwebs kind of in the corner. It looks quite shabby. You see, there is only a single employee working here. Let me pop up her art. She looks ragged and kind of exhausted to the bone as she is running back and forth to the 4 or so patrons that are here. In between running back and forth to the patrons, she seems like she's trying to accomplish cleaning tasks. She's trying to accomplish everything she possibly can, but it's not going very well as she is going back and forth. Once it seems like her head can catch up to what is happening, she sees you all enter, and she approaches you all. She says, "Oh, sorry I didn't see you sooner. Welcome to the buried treasures. My name is Cora. How can I help you?"
We have animal product to sell.
Oh, of course, that's always needed. What is it that you have to sell?
We have a few assorted pelts and 100 pounds of elk meat.
Excellent. I could use for with all of that. Uh, I, I'm sorry, the place is such a mess. It's just me working. I had one other person I was working with, but anyways, yes. And
Did something happen to your other person?
well, it was my son. I'm sorry. It, she looks at you. It's so nice of you to even ask or even to feign that you care a little bit. I'm thankful for that.
I am simply curious.
Oh well, if you're interested, my son he joined a search party to find Speaker Shellscar, but my son went missing for a bit. Didn't find his way home until the following morning. He had frostbite and could barely walk. Over the next few days, Horwar, he was just mean, and his demeanor was totally different than it was before. I found a shard of black ice in his room. It was quite disturbing. When he noticed that I had found it, he threatened me. He was going to beat me, or worse, if I had touched it again. The next day, 2 tieflings arrived here at the buried treasure and offered Huarware sanctuary in their castle. He left with them and told me he would never return. I miss him terribly, and I hope he's all right.
Do you know what castle they were referring to?
Well, I know that there's 2 here in Icewind Dale. There's a castle here in Caer Dineval and a castle in Caer Konig.
Did you see any markings on these two tieflings that might be used to identify them?
They both had these very strange amulets that were made out of that black ice.
Does this sound like the Church of Auril to me?
Uh, from what she's describing, you've never seen the Church of Auril wear iconography of black ice, so this sounds different.
Hmm. Okay. Can I do a history check?
Oh no.
Oh no, Gaben's break it up again.
Yeah. You could potentially make a history check to see if you you know anything offhand.
Can Alicia put their coconuts together with Akia and give them advantage?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you can hear me, but Gaiman
better.
had said that he thought that the boy was behaving like a stupid git for treating his mom like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of acting like a dick.
I'll throw in my DM Faxpiration just because I always forget to use it.
Absolutely.
26.
With a 26.
Yeah.
So this is not a world that has like asphalt or like blacktop, so black ice is not just a thing. But this is familiar to you, Akia, because you're quite well read and you know about the history of Icewind Dale. You remember a story of a heroic deed done to save Icewind Dale about 125 years ago. A group of adventurers known as the Companions brought down a evil wizard named Ekkar Kessel and something called Kryn Shenabon. Apparently, he had an entire tower made of black ice, and in the ensuing battle, it exploded. And there will be rumors of people finding these shards of black ice throughout the Dale, and it'll be talking points about the battle between the companions and Ekkar Kessel. So maybe he found a piece of this tower.
Writing stuff down. All right.
Read more about this in a way that would not spoil this book actually at all in a great novel known as The Crystal Shard. AKA it's a Drizzt Do'Urden book. It's super cool. Anyways, she just looks at you kind of dejectedly as she's like, yeah, I haven't seen him since he left with those two tieflings, and it's just been me working here, and I can barely keep up with the demands of the inn.
I would suggest hiring an assistant immediately.
She laughs. She says, I could only really get by with my son because, she kind of blushes a little bit. Well, cheap labor.
Of course.
And how much meat were you looking to sell?
100 pounds of elk.
She says, okay, for 100 pounds. And she kind of looks at you. I can't afford to buy quite that much. I could buy 50 pounds, but I couldn't afford to pay you.
For the 100 pounds, how much would that be? Normally,
Well,
in normal circumstances.
Well, 100 pounds. Let's say I would give you. Oh my gosh. I'm doing the math here. So 100 divided by 2 times. So 25 gold pieces. For 100. And I could really only
How does
buy about half.
just kind of looking at everyone? How does 15 gold pieces sound to everyone for the 100?
That would be efficient and less to carry for us.
That is true. Don't want to be carrying too much gold out on the road. Never know what you run into.
She looks at you.
Well, I mean, we killed this lot that tried to, take our lives.
I was referring to the massive amount of meat that we would have to carry.
It still would be another extra 50 pounds. I think 15 gold for 100 sounds for the 100 pounds sounds good.
Oh no, seems a little.
DM, what was the name of that child again?
I will share it with you all. It's Huarwar. It's a one of those Forgotten Realms names. Here, and I will post it into chat. Huarwar. Huarwar. But I would gladly pay you that much, but anytime you are in Bremen, I would gladly comp your room for the night for such a generous offering.
Oh, we were just planning on stopping by. We actually have some other business, but if we do find ourselves this way, we're more than happy to take you up on that offer.
Of course, I mean, this would do a lot for me and for the people here in Bremen.
Fine. And Game is going to be very childlike. He's going to sort of like stomp out towards outside through the doors.
Oh,
If
yes.
he could go outside.
Those are windows, I think.
As Gaiman just has an entire
He
pair on his
defenestrates
back.
himself.
Yes, Gaiman, you can go outside. It's just that you would just go out into blackness on this map.
He's being moody.
Yes, and if we do find our way to a certain castle and find a certain boy, we'll make sure that he knows his mother is worried sick about him. Just on the off chance.
I appreciate that. And yes, if you find my son and can convince him to come back home, well, I'll figure out something that I could do for you all. I would not have you all do so much for me for free.
Was the speaker ever found?
She looks to you and she says, from my knowledge, I'm not sure. Speaker Shalescar's age is addled his mind. I don't even know where he is right now.
It would be useful if they were still around. Maybe we can get some information about where they had gone off to, but if they're not here...
As you all are speaking, this commoner here, sitting in the corner, says, "Oi, Gora, they found him. He was wandering around the frozen shores of the Shane Garney in heavy furs with no memory of how he got there. Ah. Sorry to hear about your son, but when you have time, can I get a refill, please?" That was this guy in the corner.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Lotus will just sort of shake her head at this and not saying anything, but hearing all this, he's sort of wondering how worried her own mother must be right now.
Akia, you're thinking of maybe speaking with this speaker?
I was just curious if they were found.
Ah. Well,
I believe my business is concluded here.
yes, well, I think we probably should get on our way. Thank you for the business.
Thank you, and she quickly gives you the 15 gold party for where the meat. Oh man, did I? I guess we haven't had a lot of treasure. I guess I should create a treasure channel.
I guess so. Everyone should get 3 gold.
I have quadrupled my assets.
Well, are you all going to stay for a drink, or are you all off?
No, we have other business to attend to, but thank you.
Oh, all right. Well, I have other customers to attend to. Thank you all.
Well, actually, hold on a second. And we'll kind of walk over to the woman. Would you be willing to part with a mug? Or maybe a pitcher?
Oh,
For the
do you need...
for the big guy.
Oh, of course. And she will bring out a pitcher of Icewind Dale mead from Goodmead.
Thank you. And then try to enjoy the rest of your day. I know it'll be rough with you having to do everything solo, but hang in there.
She
Yes,
nods.
and hearing that, Lotus will speak out and like, yes, I mean, perhaps one of these fine, strapping young men here would help a woman in need. Hmm?
You see them all kind of look into the corners and start whistling, like...
Mm-hmm.
I guess my mother was right. It is hard to find a good man these days.
I've heard the other saying that chivalry has long been turning in its grave. Well, Alicia will walk after Gaiman and be like, "A big guy, I have something for you." And we'll present him the pitcher.
What? More chastisement?
No. I thought you might be thirsty.
Yeah, most thirsty.
So, here you go.
Ooh. Tasty. Hey, the spot. Tosses it over his shoulder.
I guess we leave.
Gaiman, as you are drinking the mead down, it doesn't have that same hit that it normally does. You're used to a good mead hitting you kind of very well. It has a very high proof, smooth finish. This, you don't know exactly what's wrong, but it's just not getting you where it used to.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Alright.
Okay, and are you guys heading out back into Bremen and then leaving Bremen for Bryn Shander? Is that the goal?
I believe we are going to try and turn in this quest before we take on any more.
I gotcha. Okay. Let's see here. And we are doing travel time by foot. You guys are in Bremen, and we are heading for Bryn Shander. So it'll be a total of about 2.5 hours to get there. It is currently still dark outside, no ambient dark light from what could pass for sunshine these days. Are you leaving in the darkness?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay. I'm activating this new map that I bought last week. I think it's super cool.
I don't think we have any tokens on the map.
Okay, so can't see. Let me just go to configure. You guys see now?
Yes.
Yes.
So I really like this map. I think it's super cool.
Ooh, this is no offense to the previous map, but this is much cleaner.
Yes, so this map is from the Beatles and Grimm version of the adventure. I really like it, and it's got all of the standards of each town.
That is a nice touch.
I still need to set up the correct distance when you guys are dragging your tokens around on this one, but it will take you guys about 2.5 hours to get to Bryn Shander from your current spot. Let me roll something here. Okay, so you guys are able to travel, kind of taking the trail from Bremen past Targos to Bryn Shander. You are not interrupted in your travel. You are able to get there in the 2.5 hour span. And as you guys are basically getting to the outskirts of Bryn Shander, that is when the light would kind of start to slowly come out. So now there is ambient dim light.
Say as during the trip, I would talk to Alicia and say like, so help me a little bit with the culture here. You know, I'm still learning, being that I'm not from here. Is poetry considered a good gift for someone?
A good gift. Oh, like as you're giving like a present to someone. Well, I guess it really depends on the person. If that person enjoys things such as literature, I think poetry would fall under that. I will admit I'm not exactly the best gift giver, but I think in my honest opinion that's a good start.
Right. This. I'll need to take some time to write up something proper, but this will do nicely. Maybe I could have it ready for him for when we arrive in Bryn Shander.
There a certain someone you're thinking of?
Maybe.
They'll just give you a little wink as they continue walking. All along the trip, Alicia is joyfully playing with their new light cantrip spell. as they are now able to create a consistent light. It seems there's a little bit more of a pep in their step.
Absolutely. You guys are not kind of as bogged down by the effects of the creeping darkness. Now,
I'm taking Bardic Inspiration off of Gaiman's character, but in taking it off, it seems to activate it.
oh, no problem. That's the crazy animation. So I can just strip that from your character. Now we kind of see this interaction between Alicia and between White Lotus as you guys are traveling. Is there a similar interaction between Akia and Gaiman as you guys are coming back? Or what do you guys do in this 2-hour travel? Or is there any information shared between the group?
Gaiman,
Yeah,
have you seen the sun before?
yeah. What?
Could you describe it to me, please?
I mean, it hurts to stare at it. It's a big, bright bowl of the sky. Yeah.
Intriguing. Thank you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Akia just looks up.
Raylan will say to you, Akia, when the sun comes back, it is not a good idea to stare at it.
I shall keep that in mind.
Guessing from your question here, context clues, you've never seen the sun?
I do not believe so.
Well, maybe, if you have time, you can create a device that would allow you to look at it without, causing blindness. Just a suggestion.
Thank you. I shall take that under advisement.
Does Akia have a potential invention ideas and like a potential ideas notebook?
I don't think Akia keeps a notebook. I think it's all hard drive. So he's got to stay away from magnets.
There you go. Okay, so as you guys get closer to Bryn Shander, the things you notice as the light becomes dim, the pop-up market is gone. They seem to have moved on. You did not pass them in Bremen. You did not pass them in Targos. So they must have headed either to East Haven or potentially to Goodmead. But who knows? As you make it to the outskirts, you are once again greeted by your, I don't want to say your favorite, dwarven Bryn Shander guard. And she begins to do her skit. Well met, travelers. Keep your fingers and extremities under wraps, lest Auril bite. Oh, it's you guys. And here, let me take us to the outskirts of Bryn Shander map. Happy hunting, you all.
I was a lot happier before, but yeah. Where could I get this guy? Fitted for a cloak for me. And you see Gaiman sort of hefting the bear carcass to illustrate the point.
Oh, that's a mighty fine catch there, Goliath. Perhaps the Black Iron Blades would be a place for you to get that chopped up and fitted.
All right. Where are they?
She says, as you pass through the north gate, you can't miss it. Just travel south towards the town center.
All right.
There's just a bit of flavor, Ogric. There's a good chance still smells like lilacs. If they have that stone on them still.
And this is due to your magical tinkering, correct?
Correct. I handed Ogric a stone last time we passed through the gate.
And you would see as she looks to you. I'm looking at magical tinkering here. I think it would, unless you
Unless I die or make another object, it lasts indefinitely.
yeah, she would take a big old whiff and say, "Thank you for this, Akia. It's been making the job a little less harsh, having to smell this guy over here."
You're welcome. It will probably last a few more days.
Perfect. And they raise the gate and let you in. Lotus, as you pass through, they will give you the friendship nod because you guys are buddies.
Yep, she'll give the nod back.
Looking out for Aurilites. Excellent. Well, yeah, you guys can make your way through the gate and head towards the north look.
Yeah, I don't know about anyone else, but that's where Alicia's heading.
Mm-hmm. Let's get
Sounds
paid.
good.
Perfect. Yeah, it only takes you a few minutes because it's literally 100 feet from the gate. And you make it to the North Look Inn. You see that Scram Sacks is still inside, dealing out drinks. The North Look Inn is packed with people, and Master Watto is sitting calmly with Danica Greysteel.
Yes, Lotus will definitely lifts as she sees Master Watto, and you see her just sort of like smoothing out her outfit, trying to hide it. But anyone, yeah, you all would definitely see like her tail just moving about excitedly behind her.
As you all get closer, Danica Greysteel will say, "Oh, Thanes! I'm so happy to see you back. Not to cut our welcome short, but were you able to find Chewingus?"
Just puts a finger to her lips and just says like, "Yes, we found those things you were looking for."
Yes, the floating lights.
Oh.
The object was quite helpful. How about we go to a private room to discuss? Yes?
She nods and says, "Give me just one moment." And she walks to the bar and she slides some coin over to Scramsax. And he nods. And one of the commoners that's working there starts to stand by the door and gets all of the people that were in the private dining room out, and he gives you all the nod that you can head inside. And you see that Danica and Master Watto will, of course, basically come right over to you, Lotus. And does he notice that you're still injured at all? Does he notice anything like that from the fight with the animals?
Uh, I would say not really. I would imagine probably the effect of the mask would probably hide it unless you feel Master Watto has like arcane knowledge enough to see through it.
Okay.
But I leave that up to you.
So Master Watto would see you, and he says, Lotus, did it all go okay? It, it's dangerous out there. Did anything happen?
We did run afoul of some wild animals, but the others with me here and I were able to take care of them.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that it went okay and nothing bad happened to you. I would hate to hear that something bad happened, especially with the church out there.
Yes. How have you been holding up? I hope the church has been leaving you alone since the library.
Yes, and it's been quite interesting speaking with Danica. It seems that she has contacts in almost every town here in Tin Towns, and they have created some sort of silver church, some sort of group that worships Salune, and they are coming together to try to solve the issues that are plaguing the region. But I'm sure she will have more to tell us.
Yes, it is nice to see someone being proactive in this, but we'll join the others in a moment. But before we do, I wanted to give you something, and she takes the page out of her notebook where she wrote the poem for him, and very she tries to gently at first, but then just goes and rips the page out, folds it up, and then hands it to him and says, "This, I wrote this for you."
And he looks to you and he says, "Oh, thank you. You know how much I love literature and how much I love, well, speaking with you." And he kind of holds it to his heart. He's like, I'm going to stay out here and read this while you have your meeting. I'm going to be much more useful out here, anyways."
Oh, yes. I'll see you again when we're finished. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right. And then she'll turn on her heel and then to join the others. And as she comes in, you definitely see she's got a bit of a spring in her step.
May I be exhumed too? You didn't name me for this.
You're part of the group. I don't see why not.
Alright.
Alicia will bring out the lantern. It's been covered this whole time because we have Chewingas with us. I imagine it would be constantly going off, so
Absolutely.
just put it on the table. But it's still covered.
As everyone joins the table, Danica will say, well, everyone, excited to hear and see the Chewingas.
Well, Lima, I think you can come out now.
And from between strands of your hair and the kind of the coiling furs, your Chewinga ally begins to appear down onto the table, like boop. And as one Chewinga appears, the second Chewinga appears, and then the third Chewinga appears as they kind of bloop out from you guys. And as they pump out, Danica goes, "This is spectacular. There are 3 Chewingas here."
Yes, we were able to follow up on Master Watto's rumors that he had heard, and seems like they were somewhat correct. Well, not in the fact that a small man was riding a fox, but there were small creatures that were spotted in Bremen. And using the lantern that you provided, we were able to find these 3 little ones.
She nods. She says, "Well, she says, can they understand speech? Can they understand me?"
Not 100% sure on that. They seem to have some form of understanding, but not being able to communicate back. From what I've observed, they at least, if they have a language, it's something that they communicate amongst themselves. To us, it's more pantomimes and mimics and things of that nature. Gestures.
Oh, okay. Well, that is okay. I will try to learn to interpret their speech. And she looks to the Chewingas. The little Chewingas, my name is Danica. I am a researcher, and I want to end this eternal winter. Would you all be able to help me with that? And the Chewingas all look to you guys, and they're basically asking you guys, "Hey, is she cool? Like, should we help her?"
Alicia will nod her head in agreement that Danica is cool.
Now, do we get that same nod of coolness from Lotus?
Yes, she'll look to Bushi and then say, like, it's like, you do not need to worry. She is trustworthy. I'm sure she will treat you well.
Now, Akia, all done, is looking at you like,
Akia's just keeping watch out the window, but they'll turn around, and if Aldunn's just looking at them, Akia will say, "It's up to you. Do what you need to form your own opinion."
the Chewinga nods. And the Chewinga will look back to Danica. All 3 of them will kind of join together in a circle like they're doing a football huddle. And then they look to her and they all nod yes.
And don't worry, we're definitely going to be coming back and seeing both you and Miss Danica. So, this won't be the last time that we see each other. As they'll give little Lima a pat on the head.
The tiny Chewinga Lima will turn to the other Chewinga and pat it on the head. And then the second Chewinga will pat the third on the head, kind of in a train motion of patting heads.
Alicia will kind of lean over to Danica and be like, they do have childlike personalities and are quite impressionable, so do keep that in mind.
Okay. I will do my best to kind of learn this about them.
I would even
Bushi.
go so far as to say that impressionable is their personalities.
Yes.
Now, Lotus, as Bushi looks to you, it starts to tap on your hand in kind of a rhythm. And as it's tapping, Lotus, you see that a kind of a mark is appearing.
He looks down at her hand, studying it carefully.
You see that it is drawing almost in like glowing blue light. What looks like a troll, like one of those trolls that you would get back at home. You know, it's got big furry head. It's got like a kind of like a little chubby body. It's like a troll. And as it finishes drawing that glowing light, I just imported it to your character sheet. It is giving you a magical charm. So this charm allows you to use your reaction. When you take cold damage to reduce the damage to 0, you regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. Once you do so, the charm vanishes from you.
Ooh, nice.
And Bushi will walk over to Danica and basically sit next to them. Alicia, as you kind of see this magical scene, you look down and you see that Lima is like braiding your hair.
Oh.
As he's braiding your hair, or as it is braiding your hair is starting to look like, and this is a very strange thing for a hair braid to look like. You're pretty sure it's like being braided into the letter H.
Okay. This is new.
And as it finishes, your hair kind of has like a glow to it. And Lima has given you a charm, the charm of heroism. This charm allows you to gain the benefit of a potion of heroism as an action. Once you do so, the charm vanishes from you.
Oh, damn. Heroism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It works in 2 ways. Akia, all done is kind of like done that Chewinga thing where they can kind of be magical and disappear and reappear. It has like a little fork, and it's like hitting the side of your leg with the fork, like it's mining, like it's like hitting it like it's a pitchfork.
Just look down.
And you can see that it's like putting a glyph into the side of your leg.
That is adorable.
The glyph, basically, you recognize this. This is the arcane glyph for cold. And it has given to you the charm of biting cold. So, as an action, Akia, or excuse me, as a bonus action, you can expend a charm charge to wreath your weapon attacks for biting cold for a minute. Until this effect ends, you deal an extra 1d6 cold damage when you hit with a melee or weapon attack.
Nice.
Gaiman, as you're watching this happen, all three of the Chewingas have started to run in circles around you. As they are running in circles, you see that they have collected bits and baubles off the ground, and they are trying to basically play Ring Around the Rosie around you. Please don't kill the Chewingas. Oh no.
I almost want to say it's cute, but
Listen, either get the little light bugs under control, or I'm leaving this meeting.
They finish their dance, and they have seemed to have created a small, like, friendship bracelet that fits perfectly around one of your ankles, Gaiman.
I'm not a fucking maypole. He's gonna get up. I'm going to the black cutters or whatever, and I'm gonna get this thing sorted. Ah. He hefts the bear carcass and he's leaving.
Gaiman, you have a magical friendship bracelet on your leg now.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Is he all right? He seems a bit more irritable, like even more than usual.
Maybe we can ask him about it later.
Yeah, hopefully after he's finished offloading that bear.
I have not noticed anything.
Gaiman, as you're walking, you know what they have given you. Would you like me to tell the party, or do you want to keep it secret?
You can tell the party.
Okay. You have gained the charm of the swollen hag based on the Chewinga's magic interacting with what has been happening with your hag crystal aftershocks. As an action, you can spit up a frog. The frog understands you and obeys your commands.
Wait, what?
Okay. That's going to prove interesting at some point.
You're going to be like, oh yeah? Well, check this out.
Yeah, pretty much.
So wait, you said this is a frog. You know what? We'll see what happens.
After giving you guys your charms, the Chewingas all sit near Danica, and Danica says, "Oh, that was." She's like taking notes down with fervor. That was quite interesting. But oh, there's payment that is due, and she says, "Here's the 25 that we agreed to, and here is another 25 for outstanding service."
Oh. Thank you.
So that's 50 total.
Didn't realize there was a bonus included.
That was per person, right?
Yes. I had to check my notes there.
25 per person or 50 per person?
50 per person.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you guys are balling.
We're
So
rich. Time to retire.
she will say, and hopefully this is not too forward of me, so please, if it is, I am a member of the Church of Selune. We call ourselves the Moon Maidens, and there are several of us in Tin Towns, and we are all collecting information, and they are sending me information that I think will help us protect the people and solve the problems. I would love to act as a patron for your group in collecting these jobs, these quests that I think that can help the town. Would that be amenable to you all? So what do you all think? She's just asking, do you guys want to ally yourself with the Moon Maidens, and would you like to have her act as your group patron?
Well, I don't profess to speak for the others, but seeing as you're one of the few around here that's actually trying to get shit done, I'm all in favor of it.
I will stay with this group for a while. It is fine by me.
I would agree to this. The sun and the moon are, well, they don't show themselves at the same time, but they both give light to illuminate our way. I think the House of the Morning Lord would be most appreciative to work with the Moon Maidens. Especially if we are on the same task of eliminating the darkness that has encroached us.
She nods, yes. And some might think that the moon would want the darkness to continue. That is not the case. The moon appreciates the sun, and just as the sun appreciates the moon.
Indeed.
And she says it's actually Fortunas that we have met because, and that we've agreed to this. I actually have a lead on some jobs and some activities that could be quite beneficial to solving the issue. And she looks at you and she's like pulling out some scrolls of jobs. And as she does so, that's where I'll go ahead and cliffhanger you guys to end the session. And we will take you back to the start page.
Of course, you're going to do this now. I have to wait to see what Master Watto thinks of my poem.
Exactly. He's like waiting outside for the meeting, and what missions or jobs that she's got for you guys. Okay. So you guys have completed your opening quest. So everyone, and I will tell Raylan this, you guys will all level up to level 3. And we can go ahead and do that now.
Oh shit.
Absolutely. And just a quick explanation about how this is going to work. Each of the 10 towns has a quest that you can embark upon. This is obviously a question that we should probably ask Raylan's player, but I'll ask you all. When I say each of the 10 towns, there are 10 quests. Do you guys want me to structure it like this, where I give you a group of quests? You pick 1 or 2, you do those, and then 1 drops away? Or does the party want a 5-star solution? Do all of the quests? And if you want to think about it and give me the answer later, that's obviously okay.
I would like to consider the options.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Probably table it for now. Hopefully come up with something by next time.
Yeah, because both options are fine, where I give you a couple or 3 and you're like, we're going to do this one, and then this one drops out, and then I give you the next 3 and you're like, oh, we'll do this one, and then these go away. And what the mechanical result of that is the towns that you do the mission for are like, you guys are awesome. And the town you don't do it in are like, you guys suck ass.
Damn.
Like, we had this mission and you guys freaking didn't do it.
Tell us how you really feel, town.
But yeah, well,
It will be at this point that game picks up the town and throws it.
And throws
I
it
take-
into one of the frozen lakes.
I take
Yes.
tourmaline and I throw it into Mare Duelda.
Yes.
Nice. Well, awesome. Well, everyone, I had a lot of fun in this session. I thought there was a lot of cool roleplay. Thought there was a lot of cool combat. I hope to continue that next week. I hope we have everyone. Our next game should be next Friday, same time, same place. That's the 13th. If you have any conflicts, just let us know in the Discord. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Thanks for running.
Alright. Thanks for the game.
Good game. Good night, everybody.
Thanks,
My
Orf.
pleasure. Good night, guys. Bye.
And thanks
Night.
for everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.